Hello, welcome back to the Wild Woody podcast. Let me just start off by saying that it has been a rough couple of months, and that might seem like a conflicting statement considering that the last episode I posted was titled Life is Good, and I basically just talked about all the good things and improvements and happenings of my life, which is true. All of those things that I said were true. Life has been pretty good. There's just one aspect that could be doing better than what it is. And honestly, I feel like it's gotten to the point where I despise this aspect so much that I've kind of like kept it under wraps. I feel like when I first started dealing with this problem, I was pretty open, talkative about it. Like, oh, yeah, it's a little rough patch. And then now it's been like, because it's building and I feel like it's festering in me is what it is. And so because it's been festering, I have almost actually, no, that's just trying to sugarcoat it. I have been getting this feeling of shame from it because it's been festering for so long and not improving, and I feel like it's my fault. If it is, then I guess the shame is well earned. If it's not though, which I think objectively I can say that it's not all my fault, then I need to work past that. Now you might be saying, Gabby, you have been talking around this subject for now like 2 minutes, so what the frick is it? And that would be work. As many of you know, if you know me in real life, which if you're watching this video, you probably do, because most of the people that are subscribed, I'm pretty sure I know at least like 80%. I used to work at Starbucks. Now, I worked at Starbucks from before I graduated high school up until January of this year. So I worked there like 3-ish years. Sorry. And, yeah, I actually did like that job. The problem that ultimately made me quit was I switched to a different store in Vietnam and hated working there. The clients, my coworkers, all of it just not good. Management, poor. And they couldn't get me on a schedule that really worked. Nicholas, being military, when he's home, he usually works a normal, like, 7 to 3, 9 to 5 type deal. And so, if he's home, then I want to be home with him, which means I don't want to work evenings or weekends, because that's his free time, and that was not working out. All that is to say that Starbucks era came to an end, okay? And when it came to an end in January of 2024, I had just started a little cleaning business. Now, this business was mostly done out of necessity and just like to see if I could, I guess. So I started a house cleaning business, and the first house I ever cleaned was in the very end of December of 2023, and then in January, it picked up quite a bit. People were posting about it, and I had booked, I don't know how many jobs, but I was making over $1,000 that month, or like 1,000-ish, close to somewhere around there, which I wasn't really making that much from Starbucks, so it was just like, you know what, this is working, you can go ahead and quit that job and pursue this, little new business that you have, and we should be fine. So I've been doing that, and it started off so strong, so great, and every month from January up until March or June-ish, my income from cleaning was higher than the last, which was fabulous. But then summer came around, people, and business just freaking died. It shriveled up and died so quickly, and I was thinking, like, originally what was the, I guess what I was explicitly told was the reason was people were going to be gone for the summer, and so they were like, you know what, we're going to put a pause on cleaning because we're going to be in and out of the house, going on trips, doing family stuff, blah, blah, blah. We'll just let you know once the school year gets back in full swing, and we'll reset up our cleaning schedule. So I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be slow for July and August. That's fine. But once we hit September, it'll start picking up again. It is now October and business has not been picking up again. And it has just been a little disappointing. It doesn't matter to my family what job I have, because clearly my job doesn't affect them. But, from the standpoint of like my husband, Nicholas, has said he's not disappointed in me. It's not a big deal, blah, 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 which is like great. He is such a supportive man and we love that. But the fact that my little business endeavor has not gone well, that it has basically shriveled up and died in the last couple months, disappointed me. And I feel like that's been the biggest difficulty. And some of my friends and, my rugby teammates, I told when it's happening, I was like, yeah, my business has basically just like fell off a cliff and not been doing well. And then it's been festering as time goes on and my business is not picking up again. And I just keep dropping lower and lower. Every month, my income from my business is getting less. My customers are dropping me. And it's hard when it's your business not to take it personal, because obviously it feels very personal, because it's like I'm the one doing the work. I'm the one cleaning. I schedule the things. I talk to them. I email them. I look at the applications, blah, blah, blah. So it's been a little difficult. Now, part of me, I have to keep reminding myself of the facts. As Deloney will tell you, facts are your friends. And so I have to keep reminding myself that I don't think people have stopped using my service because I've done a bad job, because I've actually never gotten a bad review. And I've never had someone tell me that they think I did a bad job or I didn't clean something as well as they wanted or anything like that. So if it was because, I'm doing a poor job of cleaning, then I feel like they would have told me, or it's their job to tell me. I'm not going to assume that I did a bad job if I haven't gotten any feedback. So that's the first fact, is that I don't think that my business has died because I'm a poor worker. Sorry, I just realized I think this mic has been covering my mouth for the video this entire time. So I apologize if you're watching this on YouTube. The next fact that is my friend is that I think what happens a lot of times, especially if it's a younger couple or family that has me come clean, is cleaning is something sorry, that everyone can do. It's not like this exclusive trade where, it's too sketch for you to try and figure it out yourself. It's cleaning, okay? Everyone grows up cleaning their house. Everyone knows how to clean. Everyone can vacuum, sweep, mop, dust, do whatever stuff in the kitchen, clean the toilets, clean the sinks, mirrors, etc. It's not something that is, only I can provide. Now, the goal is that I do, a really good job, that you're like, oh, I'd rather have her clean than me. But ultimately, everyone can clean well if you put in the effort. So that, I think, is something that, people pay to have a cleaner come in. And then they're like, oh, that was nice, but also I could just save money and do it myself and not be lazy. And thirdly, another fact that is my friend, that I have to remind myself is my friend, is that the economy is not great. It is expensive. And I know, because I am a regular old person paying the same bills, buying the same groceries. Pickles, I know you are not tearing out my chair literally while I'm sitting in it. That is so disrespectful and so rude, you little diva. Yeah, frolic away. Anyways, the economy is just not great. Money is tight, and now we got this upcoming election. People are worried about, tax rates, who's going to win, what policies are going to get put in place. Holidays are coming up, which I know has to play a factor because it plays a factor in my head. When I think once we hit like the school year, fall rolls around, I'm tracking literally everything. I'm like, yeah, we need to be saving to go see family. We got to start saving up for Christmas presents because we have like 5,000 relatives and friends that we want to get gifts for. And then, freaking whatever random stuff that we just in general want. I mean, lately, me and Nick want a new mattress. There are so many things that are factoring into my poor sleep. I mean, guys, I have not gotten a good night of sleep, and I don't even know how long, probably like at least a year. And I can tell you that my mattress is probably one of the biggest factors. It is so old. I've had this mattress since middle school, but it's so expensive. And like I said, my business has shriveled and died, guys. And I do not have the money to get a new mattress right now. So there's a lot of factors that are factoring into my business dying. Unfortunately, I've had to get a lot better with a soft rejection. And what I mean by a soft rejection is that my clients, all of them are too nice to just some of them are too nice to outwardly say, like, we don't need you cleaning anymore. The other half, instead of saying, yeah, we don't need you clean anymore for X, Y, or Z reason, they just ghost me and they just never respond to me again, which is quite unfortunate. Sorry, I just said the other half like 3 times in the last minute. So basically, one half is ghosting me and doesn't respond. So after maybe the second email, I try and email them like once a month. After the second month, if I haven't gotten anything, I'm just like, okay, clearly you're not interested anymore. And then the other type of customer will just be like, actually, for example, today, I had a nightmare last night about not having enough jobs and not making as much money as I would like. If you know me, I'm a workaholic. That's what I tend towards. And anything that I usually set my mind to, I succeed. So the fact that this business is shriveling up and dying is not only just like not great because I would like to be making more money, it is a huge blow to my ego that something under my care has failed. Now that is said, shoot, what was I gonna say? I just freaking forgot. What was I talking about? Think. What was I just talking about? Oh my gosh, guys, the dementia. Oh, so I had a nightmare last night about not working enough, and that in the dream, or the nightmare, I started like frantically emailing my like customer list, like people that I previously cleaned for, to see if they wanted to schedule me again. So then I woke up and I did that. I emailed them. Well, I get a notification every time I get an email on my phone, and I usually don't work on Sundays, which is today, but I went ahead and glanced at one of the little emails because I was like, you know what, if they say that they want to schedule me, that'll make me feel a little better. That is not what they said. What they said was, one of my, I guess, former customers, which last month when I emailed them about scheduling, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to be out of town, so let me get back to you. So then I waited, I get nothing. So then, yeah, I emailed them today, the second time, 2 months in a row, and I was like, hey, you want to schedule me? And they were just like, you know what? We actually just gave the house a really big, really deep clean. So we don't need you for a while. Dang. That was that was so depressing. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. So I've been unfortunately dealing with soft rejections. I only say soft rejections because it's not a straight up like, we don't want you anymore. It's just like a polite way of saying we don't want you anymore. Kind of the equivalent of when people say bless your heart. It's like you don't know it's maybe if you're not from around here, you don't know it's not an insult. Or, sorry, I worded that wrong. If you're not from around here and someone says bless your heart, you don't think it's an insult, but it is. So that's kind of like what these customers are doing when either they don't respond or they say, like, after 2 or 3 times of emailing them, you know, oh yeah, I actually need you this month, I'll just get back to you. That's really just a rejection. So anyways, now that I have just wasted like 15 minutes of your time talking about me being a saddie over work, let me get into the effects of that. So I already told you that it was a huge ego blow, which it continues to be every day. I ache just a little as I'm trying to schedule jobs. I ache just a little bit. And I hate having to say that, like, this business has failed, but really I do think it has failed as of right now. Maybe it'll do a miraculous turnaround, but also in a couple months I'm going to be moving anyways. So it's like, you know, I want my business to be doing well, but I'm going to turn it over or just officially actually kill it no matter what once December rolls around. And so then I was like, okay, well, I could just look for a little part-time job, you know, a little side hustle. Make sure I'm making a little extra money for the holidays so we can be doing what we want, getting what we want. We've had so many extra payments lately for things that are like outside of the usual bills and utilities and groceries and whatnot. And money has just been, I mean, it's like I have a hole in my pocket. Like, where is this stuff going? We were doing so good, and then all these random expenses come up. It's like I literally just have to pay this. Like, Nick's Bronco is basically dead. That thing has been in the shop for 2 months. No improvements. So then we had to go buy him a used truck, which it's a great truck. But, you know, we have to pay for that. And then you have to pay to get the freaking license plate. And then you have to pay more for insurance. And you have to do a down payment for the insurance, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then, you know, we have to pay property taxes on it already. Like $200 in property taxes for this truck that we just got. Like, we haven't even had it a full month, I think. And I already got a bill from the DMV saying we got to pay property taxes on this thing. And then we got to pay property taxes on the Bronco still. And that thing is dead, okay? I'm just trying to get that thing fixed and sell it as quickly as I can. I'm tired of that hoe. I'm tired of it being on my insurance. Anyways, we got hella bills to pay, and I just wanted a little part-time job, and the job market is scarce right now. Even entry-level jobs, okay? Usually I can get a job at, like, any Starbucks or whatever. I've never had a problem getting a job before. And now that I'm having a problem getting a job, another ego blow. It's just not it. And so I've been having to deal with rejection. So let me tell you what I did today. Because I woke up, as I told you, I had a nightmare last night. So I've been pretty stressed out. And I went to church this morning, still stressed out, not feeling great. And, you know, I came home and I just got in my bed and I just let myself soak in it. Just let myself soak in the disappointment, the sadness, the irritation, the frustration, all those negative feelings. I just let myself sit in it for like a solid hour because I could not do anything else. It was just all consuming in my head. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything else for an hour. I'm just going to think all the things I need to think, say out loud every single thought that is running through my head, and be a saddie. So then I did that for an hour, and then, you know, I actually felt a little better. So then I got up, I ate some food, and then I did a little assignment that I have, because if you didn't know, I just started my bachelor's program. So I did a little assignment so I could feel productive. Because I know that if I do something productive, I'll feel better about my day and about me. So I did a little assignment, submitted that thing, and then I took a nap, you know, and I feel a lot better. I'm not I'm not feeling great. Tomorrow I might wake up and be fully irritated again. And I'm a little overstimulated right now with everything going on. But I do feel better. I feel like my life is manageable again. And it just reminds me of, who is it? I think it's Elisha. After God sent him to rebuke all the people that were worshiping Baal. And he does that, and then he runs away. I don't remember why. He runs away after doing that. And he is just like, God, why am I even alive right now? And he takes a nap. And then an angel wakes him up and makes him eat, provides him with a little cake, a little snack, and he's doing better. Sometimes you just need a nap and a snack and to be on your way, Especially, I feel like in times where I'm like really stressed out about something, my go-to thing almost is to like stop reading the Bible. I usually read the Bible almost every day. I'm trying to read the full Bible this year, cover to cover, so that I can get the full story of God, of this God that I believe in, know him, know his character, know his son, and just to know that full history. And so I've been reading every day, but as soon as, a little crisis strikes, my head's like, nah, dude, don't read the Bible. Like, you're too irritated to read the Bible. And I'm just like, wait, what? I'm too irritated to read the Bible? That doesn't make sense. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what I need right now. So it's been really hard to, like, give that up to God and just be like, I keep on telling myself, God will bring the money, God will bring the work, and what I can do is just control my actions, do all that I can, and then God will have to cover the rest, and I gotta trust in God. And that sounds really nice, especially on this video. It's going to sound really nice. It's going to sound really wise. It's going to sound like, oh, I got over this little stump. Like, this is the hindsight that I'm reflecting on. But no, this is a current, like, everyday thing that I got to keep telling myself, because within 5 seconds of after I say it, I forget it. So I got to keep repeating it over and over of, like, you need to trust God, especially with just trusting God with money and not putting my safety in money. Because, girl, I can tell you right now, that is what I've been doing. I'm like, oh, if we go below, 15,000, we're not safe. If we go below 13,000, we're not safe. Below 11,000, we're not safe. We need to up that hoe. We need to put some more money in that account so I can feel safe again. And that's just not true. The banks could crash and burn tomorrow. Money could stop having its significance. We could go back to a barter system tomorrow. And, does that mean I'm not safe? I mean, no. It might be a little turmoil for our life. Might cause some, a little stir up. But my safety, I gotta remember, comes from the Lord. The Lord. Amen. So yeah, I basically just wanted to film this video because I needed to, like, talk it out. And, yeah. I hope that was either encouraging for you or maybe just gave you a new perspective. I don't know. I hope it was beneficial to you in some way. Especially, I think part of me feeling like shame about telling people that my work is not going well is that it seems like, everyone else has it together, or like everyone else has a legit stable career that they're doing, especially when I talk to other military spouses and they have like their masters, or they're doing this job or that job, and they're not taking on a side job. They're not picking up a part-time job to try and make a little extra money. They're not picking up these like entry-level jobs. And it feels like I'm the only one doing it, and like it's so embarrassing and blah blah blah. And that's actually just, one, it's just not true, and two, it's not helpful. So anyways, thanks for listening and watching, and yeah.